Hello, grade 2, and welcome to our math lesson for today. Today, we are going to be learning about division. And I just want to share my screen with you to get started. Now, before you are afraid of the word division, let me reassure you that it is nothing to be afraid of. Just like when we were learning about multiplication, you will find that division is something that you have been doing. You just haven't been naming it division. All right, so here we go. I'm going to start to explain a little bit about division to you. So here we have division, and it has the ideas that come to mind when children, when grade 2s are thinking about division. These are some of the things that help them understand what division is. Now, division is equal groups. It is share a collection. The idea of division and the concept of division is divided by equals And finally, the most common thing that people think of, or these are the four most common things that come to mind for grade 2s, is division can be thought of as a share of a whole, like a pizza or a cake. Then you can think of, have you ever maybe said or thought this? How can I divide a pizza to share with each person equally? And so let me just unwrap that a little bit more for you. Whoa, here we go, some ideas. Okay, so here's what you need to think of for each of those concepts. Equal groups, you can think of 3 and 3 and 3 and 3. Each group gets 3. Maybe 3 apples. Each group gets 3 apples. Or each group has 3 people on its team or in each group. It's a share of a collection. Perhaps you're playing cards and there are 12 cards that need to be shared amongst all the people, all the players of that game. So each player would then get a share of the collection. An equal share is 3 and 3 and 3 and 3 in that example. In this one, using the same numbers, if you haven't already, you can see that 3 and 3 and 3 and 3 is first of all a collection of 12. So if we were to write it as a division sentence, a number sentence, we would write 12 divided by 3 equals 4. And here's something to think about, and maybe you already noticed. With your study and practice of multiplication, perhaps you just noticed that division is related to multiplication in the same way that subtraction is related to addition. Wow, did your mind just go, look at that? When we look at the numbers, we reverse the order. 4 times 3 is 12. Division, 12 divided by 3 equals 4. Very good. And the idea of share a whole pizza or cake, well, look at this. I've taken a whole pizza and divided it into 12 pieces so that it matches with the other. Well, there we go. I first divided the pizza into 4 slices and divided each slice into 3 pieces. Interesting. So here we have division. Now, that might still be just something that like, okay, Mrs. Blash, I still don't get it. Well, let's talk about it a little bit more. You recognize these guys? Hot Wheels. Who has Hot Wheels at home? Oh yeah, they're super fun. And then maybe you want to pick one of them and say, oh, I wish I could have that car. I would say, oh yes, surfing. Wouldn't that be so fun right now? It's fun to dream and look at the different cool shapes and colors. They're so shiny. You just dream about having one of those cars as your very own in real life size. Well, this is a cool one. Look at that. Just like a fishbowl almost in that cab. Lovely. Okay, so now let's just think about this. What do these hot rod cars, Hot Wheels, have to do with division? Ah, that's right. They are a collection. How many cars are there? Well, I'll tell you. There are 16 cars on this picture. 16 cars. And if I were to tell you that I would like to make them into 4 in each group, how many groups would I need? So I want to make groups of 4. So I would start off with circling one group of 4, and then another group of 4. How many groups of 4 do we have so far? 2. There's another group of 4 up in the corner. And finally, a 4th group of 4. So how many groups of 4 Hot Wheel cars do we have? That's right, 4. We have 4 groups. So I could write a number. Oh, just a moment. I could write the number 4 times 4 to equal 16, or that's the multiplication sentence, or a division sentence that would show 16, that's the number in all, divided by how many groups? 4 equals 4. There we are. Okay, so that makes a little bit more sense. You kind of go, okay, I can do circling of groups, and I can count how many are in each group. That's simple enough. So now you get to practice this idea, and we'll be doing some more practicing as the week goes by of division. For one more day on Thursday, we'll do this as well, some more practicing. And then we will just keep on learning about multiplication and division in a little bit of a different way. So here we have another time where you need to go into your toy chest or into your collection shelf and find a collection of toys. Now, don't choose the same collection that you used just yesterday for a collection to practice multiplication. Choose something else. Choose a collection of something else. Maybe you chose buttons before, and maybe someone has a coin collection. That works too, a coin collection. Or maybe you have a container that has a bunch of popsicle sticks for your craft area, or maybe just grab a handful of those beads that you've been saving for a wonderful craft. Those will come in great hands. A great way to help you with your math today. Okay, so the first thing is, if it is a large collection, you just want to have a handful of it, like a small part of it, or you want to have a collection that's going to be about less than 50, but more than 10. So in that range there. And you want to start off by counting them all. Now you can skip count or you can count by ones, but you need to start off by knowing how many there are altogether. And that's what this first blank shows. It gives you an opportunity to write down how many are there all together. And then you want to say, how many do you think each person will get? Well, you need to decide how many people there will be in your play date to see how many each person will get. It's kind of like when we were at school on Fridays, we would do those math challenges, and I would give you some of the information, but not all. So then it gives you the opportunity to be creative and think about, if in this situation, this is what would happen. So first figure out how many are there all together in your collection. think about how many people there are at your play date, and then you can answer this. How many do you think each person will get? Okay, so for the example that I gave before with the cars, let's think about a collection of 16. In my example, I had 4 people all together at the play date, and then my answer was 4. 4 people would each get 4 cars. Now you need to show how you divided your toys or your collection of items in this box that's on page 241. And then you need to write how many did each person get? And then write a sentence to show how the toys were shared. That's where you need to write your division sentence. My division sentence was 16 divided by 4 equals 4. You need to write something similar to that using a number sentence. That's page 241. And on page 242, it gives you a collection in the picture, and it gives you a number of how many people or how many groups you will need to split those items between. Share and share alike, this page is called, page 242. It says 4 children each want an equal share of apples to take home. How many apples should each child get? And then see the apples that are on the picture. Don't forget about the one that's in the hand already. How are you going to divide these apples among the 4 children so that they can each have an equal share? And then write a sentence about your answer. Now we have a collection of crayons. 6 children want to share these crayons fairly. In this case, fair means everyone gets the same. How many crayons should each child get? So count the crayons that are in the box. Actually, I just noticed something again, that it says right on the box of the crayons how many crayons it has. So there you go, 36 it says. And then it says write a sentence about your answer. So first you need to think, there are 36 crayons, 6 children. How many crayons would each person have? Sometimes I find it easier when I'm teaching this lesson in school that I would get actually 36 crayons, or maybe even 36 popsicle sticks, or just 36 counters of some sort. Lay it on the desk and then hand the counters out in pretending that I'm handing out cards, a deck of cards, one for you, 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 until 6 groups have been started, and then continue dividing up the remaining counters so that each of the 6 groups has the same number of counters. That's something that I would highly recommend that you do at home as well. It doesn't have to be anything complicated for counters, but you need to have 36 split up into equal groups so that there are 6 groups in all in the end. And when you're finished page 242, you are done your math for today. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope that this video was helpful for you. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to email them to me, and I will be quick to answer your question as best as I can. Have a great day. I love you and I miss you.